All right, what's going on? A little march towards history today. My vow with March Towards History is I would do it if it made sense and I was hanging around and it didn't interfere with anything else. So, had a really awesome morning with Cat Cave. She did yoga at Red Rocks, which was really cool. And I just got the bike out and just rode all around Red Rocks Park, which is hard depending on where you're riding, what you're doing. So it's just like an hour-long workout for me and up and down the hills of Red Rocks while she got her yoga on. So we had a little breakfast and we did a little shopping. We just chilled. We watched Quarterback actually on Netflix this afternoon, and we were catching up on the Rockies too. We got some plans for tonight. So I don't know. It fit in. It fit into what we were doing. And so here I am, and I'm happy to take any of your comments. If not, ain't no big deal. I get it. I'm not really sure who's just kind of bumping around watching me watch the Rockies on such a gorgeous day. But that being said, the Rockies are leading 3-2. They did win yesterday. Tyler Kinley just got the Rockies out of the seventh inning rather, with no damage done. Although Marte I shouldn't say that. Marte hit a solo homer, so that happened. Hergert got a big strikeout with the bases jammed, which was kind of cool. And now the Rockies are looking to add to their lead. Ryan Ritter has his first major league homer ever. Yanquiel Fernandez is doing all right. Now Freeman leads off the top of the eighth. So, all right, we may have some good things to talk about here. They sent Dolander down for Bradley, and Bradley pitched all right tonight. Did all right. I'll give you his line. Bradley Blaylock. It's not loud. Bradley Blaylock. His name's not just, his name is Bradley, but 24-year-old, young guy. His ERA is a awesome 12.94. But that was before the game. So today, he had his best outing by a mile. He goes 5 2/3 with 6 hits and only 1 run that was earned. Only 1 strikeout, but no walks. And very efficient with his pitching. 80 pitches, 54 strikes. So he was staying ahead and, getting outs, producing outs. That is the name of the game. Hergert comes in, does give up a hit, does give up a walk, but got the big strikeout that got him out of the inning. And then Kinley gave up the bomb, which Kinley does. And they closed with Vodnik yesterday, but they obviously got some work to do as they actually have a lead. So might be here for a little bit, actually. We'll see. 3-2 count to Freeman. And that might dump in. Nope. Freeman is 1 for 3. So what is his on base? 25 games in a row getting on base, because he got on base with a walk last night. 1 for 3 today, something like that, like 25 straight games getting on. So Freeman 1 for 4 on the afternoon, hitting .333. Ryan McMahon's batting second today. He had a big home run last night. He's 0 for 3 with the strikeout, his fourth at bat. He's hitting a stellar .212. Hunter Goodman's hitting third. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Jordan Beck's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Tolley is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Brenton Doyle is 0 for 2, but he does have a walk and scored a run as they had a hit and run on with Fernandez in the last inning. So that's giving him the margin right now, which is good. Fernandez having an unbelievable day. He's 3 for 3. So his best game as a pro by a mile, with a RBI and a run scored. So that's awesome. Arcia's 1 for 3 with the strikeout, and Ritter 1 for 3, but has 2 ribbies because he has his first home run. Rockies have left 3 guys on base and our fun 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's terrible. Here's Mac, 1-1, dribbles it to second, weakly hit, and do that as a New York Yankee, hopefully after the All-Star break. Rockies have 3 runs on 7 hits. Hunter Goodman has a triple today. Fernandez with a double and Ritter with a home run. Those are your extra base hits. Marte hit a home run just in the last inning. That made it 3-2. Goodman hitting third is up 1 for 3 on the day. So nice win last night for sure. And Vodnik had a pretty sick performance to get the W. Rockies are now 22-72, 50 games under 500, 12-36 on the road. And the big question, can they squeeze out 20 more wins? That's the question. Can they squeeze out 20 more wins to avoid the march towards history being the worst team of all time? Goodman weak to short. It's out. All right, so that'll do it for the top of the 8th. So you got to get some pitching. Got 6 outs to go. It'll be interesting. There's a million ways this could go sideways, obviously. They're doing the I don't know what Rocky Mountain Oysters promo thing is like. Yeah. I mean, I've just seen it like 10 million times. I mean, whatever. By the way, and because Drew Goodman is phenomenal. I love Drew's calls of games. I do. But when Drew can't be there for whatever reason, how good is Mark Stout doing play-by-play? And he's my boy. I mean, we have been friends we started working in Buffalo together in 93. So 93? Maybe. I think it was 93. So we have been friends for 32 years. Crazy, right? Did I get that right? 2025, 30, 92, 02, 12, 22, 30, 30, 32 years. Wow. It's crazy, huh? That is bananas how long we've been friends. But that being said, so I'm a little biased, but Mark just does a great job. He knows his stuff. He's the right level of excited and laid back. He's a great distributor of information and allows, he's on with Huey, Jeff Houston, and Corey Sullivan today. He does a great job weaving them in and out of the conversation. Superior. He's extraordinary at doing play-by-play. Drew's the best. Love Drew. I'm just proud of my guy Mark, and he is now in. ERA is 4.09, WHIP of 1.18, and Ellie De La Cruz leads it off. So this feels icky. Throwing at 97 for strike one. Good, getting ahead of the batter. De La Cruz 2 for 3 today with a stolen base, couple of singles. Dangerous players. One of the most exciting players in Major League Baseball, no doubt about it. I love watching him play ball. Oh, rolls him over to second base. Nice job. Wow. Very nice job by Mejia right there. Very nice. That's a big out. That is a major out. Wow. Okay. Great job. Brings up Austin Hayes is 1 for 2 on the day with a sac flying. It's got a single. That's really great. You get ahead of a batter, you can do things. Did he go? Got him? No. 1-0. Nice pitch, though. Austin Hayes hitting 272, on base percentage 310, slugging 509. Swing and a miss, sweeper. 1-1. We've got Pagan warming up in the bullpen for the Reds. Mejia deals in the dirt. Same pitch. So that makes it 2-1. Don't lose touch with them. Hey, a comment. Who's there? Heck yeah, I'm catching live. All right, Maximus. It's you and me as far as I can tell right now, Maximus. Fastball outside. All right, well, now you're in a shit count. So, that's slapped to right field, and that's down in front of Fernandez. So there you go. All right, it's 1-out single. I'm dropping my dishwasher install on my house in order to tune in. 8-month pregnant wife is not pleased. Okay. That is a rough excuse to stop doing some chores around the house. But Maximus, I'm glad you're with me. It looks hot. Hi, Heather. Do I look hot? Or am I looking hot? I mean, I do have some lights on. Or are you talking about Cincinnati? The game in Cincinnati? Boy, listen, turning and double play. The Rockies are third in Major League Baseball in double plays. If they can turn one more, it would be their third of the day. So, of all the things they've done wrong this year, and there's lots of them, turning double plays has actually been pretty good. One-run games are tough, man. And I'm glad this is close. I'm not as frustrated as I was during the Red Sox series, which pissed me off so bad. And the dirt on 0-2. Not bad. A little risky. Let's get a double play here, huh? What do you say, hey? What do you say, hey, huh? Mejia? Here we go with the 1-2. And Max, I'll get to your question here. Oh, that's a nice pitch. Low, though, 2-2. DMac, what do you think the fallout could be when they are the worst modern era? Anything. We're hoping that pressure will be put on Monfort. I don't think, one of the reasons I'm rooting for the Red Sox, for the Rockies slip. Hold on. Here's the 2-2. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Ritter, easy play. 6-3 double play, third of the game. Gets them out of the inning. Goes to the top of the ninth. They're up 3-2. How about that? How about that? How about that? Well, we're going. Hold on. Let me adjust something really quick. So we're going top 9 here. But that was awesome. That was awesome. Top 9. Okay. It'd be nice to get a run or two, wouldn't it? More of your comments. Hold on. What do you think would be followed? I don't think there's going to be. I don't think it's going to matter. I would replace Warren Schaefer. I like how this game's going and last game, but it's too obvious to me that I would have a bilingual manager from the outside that is not tied into the organization whatsoever. It's exactly what I do. I look at Alex Cora with the Red Sox and the young rebuild that they're doing there, and I'm like, I want that. I want that. And I think it's important. I don't think it's, mandatory, but I think it would be good on a young team that's developing to have a bilingual manager who can communicate with, a good chunk of the players on his team. So, I mean, you got Tovar, you got Arcia, you got Seaver, Estrada, Mejia. I mean, there's on any given team, there's 6 to 9 or so guys whose primary language is Spanish. So get somebody. This is what I would do. I would get somebody who's outside of the organization, somebody who is bilingual, and somebody who can raise the bar of expectations. So, like Scott Hastings, when I was on, brought up Ozzie Guillen. I was like, that sounds good to me. Somebody's got a little fire too. But that's what I would do. But you'd have to go outside of the organization. Warren Schaefer, in my opinion, is just too kind of close with these guys because he managed them in the minors. So he's kind of cutting them some slack, in my opinion, where he shouldn't. All right, here's Pagan. He's pitching now against Beck. 0-1, 1-1. How does Drew stay professional when he suffers more than all of us? Just once, I'd like to hold on. Would like him to crash out on TV. Well, Drew's a pro, man. Drew's a pro. How does he do it? He does it because he's a pro. It's great. What happened to Bird? I don't know. Did something happen? Did I miss something? I don't know. You tell me, or maybe somebody in the comments can tell me. 1-2 to Beck and fouls it off. It's my guy, Michael. Good to see you, Michael. Journey Spice. Love Journey Spice. Of course. Of course. Thank you, Michael. You are correct. Inside hasn't worked. Yeah. I mean, they need to replace Bill Schmidt with somebody from the outside. One of the difficult ones is what's his name? Spencer Monfort. It's not Spencer. What is it? What the heck? The director of scouting. He needs to go too. It's not Spencer. Walker Monfort is. Inside, ball 4. Nice job. Jordan Beck gets on. Sterling Monfort. That's right, isn't it? Isn't it Sterling? Yeah. Yeah. Listen, all right. They're going to do whatever they do, but they need more influence from outside people. So you don't have to fire Sterling Monfort. I think you do have to move on from Bill Schmidt because, and I got nothing against Bill Schmidt. He seems like a nice enough guy. But again, you just need more outside opinions on things. Build a green monster at Coors Field. They need to do that too. They need to build a big, huge wall in left field, shrink the size of the outfield to be more competitive. They actually do need to do that, Michael. You're right. All right, Jordan Beck over at first. Boy, it'd be great to score him. Totally a hitting. Want to say that even though Tyler calls you out regarding Bud Black, let's face it, he was equally the issue. Yeah. This new manager isn't fixing anything either yet. Too close. Yeah. Right. You know, smoked by Big Mike to right field. Beck will easily get to third base. Nice job, Rockies. There you go. First and third with no outs. Top of the 9th. There you go. Nice job by Tolia. Nice focus. Nice job. There's a lot of booze going on in Cincinnati right now. Cincinnati's a 500 team. They're 48-47, 26-22 at home. Got some boo birds coming out. I mean, it's tough when, like, you pay money to go to a Reds game and you're playing the Rockies. You're like, we should win this one. And you're on the border of losing 2 in a row. Bunts. Oh, that'd have been fun. Fake the safety squeeze right there. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Brenton Doyle. I like the idea. What's going on? Umpire. Oh, there is a violation. What the hell is going on? All right, it's 1-1 on Doyle. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Should be easy to drive this runner in at third. What you need to do in terms of, and this is where I was so pissed off with the Rockies during the White Sox series, is this is where you just have to take a different approach to drive that run in. And there's so many ways to do it. With no outs, even hitting into a double play, which isn't great, and you don't get an RBI for it, but you will produce a run. Like, even that's good enough. Fly ball does the trick. Of course, any kind of base hit does the trick. It's just too easy to do this. It should not be hard for a major leaguer to do this. Wow. Wow. They just called Doyle out on a pitch up and out. Wow. 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 I mean, on the replay in the box, it's like right on the you know what? You know what? That's close enough if you're Doyle. You got to swing. I thought it was a little high, a little outside, but that's what Stouter's saying right there, too. But you know what? With two strikes and a runner on third, you got to protect. You got to swing. That's a lousy at bat. And I love the idea of some sort of safety squeeze. I might have gone back to it. Brings up Fernandez, who's actually hitting great. 348 on the season, 3 for 3 today. So Fernandez has been really good in terms of hitting, called up to the team. Let's see here. Purple Monster at Mile High. Yep. Bullpen has been a struggle, not going to lie. They need to move on from the GM. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. Hold on, Matt. Strike two. Yesterday and today, bet 2-leg parlay with Reds and Brewers. Looking to lose $100 each day. Still way up, but can only afford to send you a bottle of Boone's Farm now. Pat, you are crazy with your bets, brother. I love it, but you're crazy. He strikes out. All right, see, that sucks, man. You get runners on first and third with no outs, and then your next two guys whiff. I mean, that's terrible. Just get your bat on the ball, put down a safety squeeze. I can't be that mad at Fernandez today. I mean, he's now 3 for 4. He's had a tremendous day. But Doyle wasn't. At least he was swinging there. Doyle got caught looking. And leads Orlando Arcia. See, this to me, if you strand a runner on third and the game gets tied or you lose, it's one of these like you roll your eye moments. Oh, that's a hittable pitch, and he just looked at that. By the way, let's just get the robo-umps. Let's at least get the appeal process going. It's just frustrating. They need to go to robots for strike zones. Tell me about it. I totally agree. Totally agree. Rockies have struck out 11 times today. That's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. Here's the 1-1 to Arcia. That's hit easily to De La Cruz, 6-4. All right. Well, really huge wasted opportunity with runners on first and third with no outs, 2 strikeouts, and a weak ground out to short. And you know what, man? That is basic baseball. It's nothing special to get one of those, to get that run in with no outs on third base. It's not hard to do. And we'll see what happens in this inning, but let's put a mark in it, man. That's how you lose games, by not just doing the easier things. Listen, dude, I absolutely love this coverage, and I really enjoy being able to interact with you. But I got 3 kids in the front yard and a pregnant lady, and I see you, Maximus. You can always go back. Can always this lives forever, so you can go back and if you want to, you can. Do. All right. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry. Come on. Come on. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Taking care of some basic YouTube stuff here. What is this? March towards history. Wow, Vodnik back out there. Okay. All right, Victor Vodnik. You were a stud last night. I'd love to see it again. He did a great job since Cincinnati. We want Cincinnati Reds. All right, Victor Vodnik. They're putting him out after last night. Let's see. Throws 100 miles an hour. He's got nasty stuff. Whoom! 98 miles an hour and a base hit to left. First pitch base hit. Golly, man. Not hit hard. Not hit hard. Steer. 98 miles an hour inside. He kind of got it below the logo. Not hit hard, but he got around on it. Okay. Can the Rockies turn their 4th double play of the game? No outs. Benson jacks it to left center. Is that gone? Off the wall. Ties the game. Gets away from Doyle in center. So it's an easy triple. Yeah. So 2 pitches. One's a single and one's a triple. And now the winning run's on third base with no outs. 2 pitches, game's tied, and they are probably going to lose this one. And I don't know, man. I don't know what went into the decision to pitch Vodnik. 2 pitches, they were just sitting on him. Brenton Doyle totally misplayed the ball, by the way. And it was Jordan Beck who ended up throwing the ball in basically from center field. This sucks, man. Yeah, and now Jeff Houston is talking about this. That last inning was the 3rd time in the game where the Rockies had a runner on third and nobody out, and they couldn't get him in. I mean, that's inexcusable. That's where you're about. These are the examples where you're just a bad team. So now you got to bring in. You'll probably bring in 5 infielders and have your play left center, right center. You don't have much of a choice. This is the winning run. There's no outs. So you got to bring in your 5th. Who are they going to put in there? Let's see. Are they going to play 5 infielders or not? And here's where the Rockies, Jake Fraley's up. So now you need strikeouts. Now you have to have strikeouts. Well, swing and a miss. He went for pitch number 3. So Rockies not playing a 5th infielder. Interesting. I don't think they are. They got the infield in, but they don't have a fifth infielder, and I don't know why they don't. Why wouldn't they have a fifth infielder? See, the Rockies are making a mistake right here. Should bring in a fifth infielder. Are you allowed to do that? Actually, you know what? I mean, I'm just kind of assuming you're still allowed to do that. Maybe you're not. In the comments, you guys know, are you allowed to play a fifth infielder or not? Was that part of the rule change? I'll have to double check that. All right, 2-1. And let's see how the Rockies lose this game. Low, 3-1. I mean, I really don't care about this. The only run you care about is at third base. You can make the argument they should just actually, I mean, you can make the argument they should just load the bases. And with Marte on deck, I mean, if you just want to see if he'll swing at some bad pitches, that's fine. You may as well load the bases, though, outside. All right, well, they weren't throwing him strikes on purpose. I assume they'll walk Marte, who had a home run last inning. They'll walk him intentionally to load the bases. I mean, of course you should. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, you got to walk him at this point, right? Right? No, we're not walking him. Why aren't we walking him? Anybody know why we're not walking him to create a force at home? And of course, Fraley steals second. So just walk him. What are we doing here? All right. See, this is where the Rockies lose me. Like, help me out. Why aren't they walking him? 2-0. Just put him on. You're not going to throw him a strike at 2-0. Okay, this is basic baseball. They're not playing five infielders. I'm not sure if they can. They're not walking the bases loaded. Ground ball saying, got to go home, and Garcia drops it. Wow, an error. You know, it's funny. They got exactly what they needed. They got exactly what they needed, and Garcia just dropped the ball. They lucked out. They got a ball hit to second that you could easily have played. I mean, of course, if the bases were loaded, you could possibly get a double play on this, and you wouldn't have to tag them. But okay, not a hard play, but you had to make a quick move. And again, if you load the bases, now that's a force out at home. You don't have to rush to tag them. And Garcia just DMac, don't waste your time on this. So embarrassing. Mindy, I feel you. 2.0. So dumb. They suck. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of crazy basic baseball management. Pathetic. I don't know. I got sucked into it because they were doing pretty good. But yeah, of course, they don't do basic baseball management. They make an error. I mean, I assume that was an error. It has to be an error, right? What else would that be? Yeah, error. Game ends on an error at second base. Major League Baseball second baseman can't. That was not. He just took his eyes up. He just didn't see the ball into his glove, and he wasn't really aggressive on that ball either. You need to move towards the ball, bro. I don't know, Mindy. I'm a sucker for punishment, but I'm not going to stick around for this one. Appreciate you guys watching. The Rockies were doing all right, 4-3. They put in Vodnik. He was great last night and a total disaster today. What could I tell you? Don't know why they went to Vodnik on back-to-back nights. Yeah. I know you think you're wasting your time, but you have 470 people on a Saturday afternoon tuned in. Actually, I have 700. I'll prove it to you. Uh, this says I have, can you see that? 705. I don't know if you can see that great, but it's a lot. 705 folks watching. What's going on, everybody? Agreed. Awful today. Yep. Yep. I don't know, man. I do feel for the broadcast crew on games like this. Like, eh, you lost this game because you couldn't drive in runners. You have runners on third base with no outs. It should go just like we just saw. You just have to put the bat on the ball. You can't strike out twice and then weakly ground out. And you don't need, like, that was just an error. You put the ball in play on the ground, shit happens. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get on to other things in the day, as you should too. I love you. Thank you. Tomorrow's an 11 o'clock game. So, I don't know. We'll see whatever we're doing. That is so Rockies to end on an error like that. I'll talk to you guys later. The march towards history. The Rockies are now 22-73. See ya. Bye.